Hey everyone, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, this is video 3 of my USS WARD Bluejacket 310 destroyer build I got going on here. Still been on the hull, folks. I gave like a couple coats of primer and did some spotting here and there for imperfections, and I've had a couple on here, so I need to sand them out quite well and reprime it all over again and then get it prepared for the final paintwork on it. And I got screw guards I got to add too, so I'll probably be doing that this evening sometimes. Okay guys, the USS WARD has come along quite well. I ingested the plans a lot, and I got the whole assembly process in my head, how I'm going to attack the model. So far, as always in these big boys, you got to start with the hull and work your way up. So the hull is not ready for final painting yet. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I got to sand a couple imperfections out that I spotted out with some Bondo, and give it its last coat of priming, and then I got to work on top deck and get that all sanded down, which I'll be doing that probably late this evening too as well. And so hopefully by this Monday I'll be ready for the full paint schedule on it, which is going to be dark sea blue and deck blue for the deck. And I got to make a bunch of fittings up and a lot of other parts, so it's going to be a dandy of a build when it's finished. And this is a very, very old ancient kit, guys, to say the least. I don't know how long it's been in the box, but I know it's been in at least more than 50 years in my domain. And so I imagined Horace Boucher of Boucher Lewis Playthings, which is now Bluejacket Shipcrafters. He more or less probably brought the models out by the same time the models of the ships were in service and also being launched. So this model could be 1919, I don't know. But it's very old, very ancient, as you can see, guys. It's a one-of-a-kind kit in wood. I just learned the other day on the internet that there's a company that makes a fiberglass and resin kit of this, which is the same scale, 1/96 scale with 1/8 scale. And I imagine that's probably $500 to $600 for that kit. Bluejacket kit is still, this model is still in production. I could not venture how much it'll be. But I imagine one time this thing cost about $25 when it first came out. So $25 back in those days was a lot of money, guys. A lot of money. And coloring quite well, guys. I look at it and see if I find any more imperfections. I go ahead and spot it up. And I see one right there, right on top of the rub rail. It needs to be filled in. Okay guys, well, come over here and take a look at the progress that's done on this bad boy. And after the video of the review of this, we'll discuss what I'll be doing. Okay, so you can see here right there on our port flank, and it's all been painted gray. The hull has. You notice that the top hasn't been painted yet or sanded down. That's next. So after I finish spotting out this hull, I'm going to go ahead and start sanding this whole entire deck down and get rid of all those center lines that I marked on here for little parts locations. And we'll discuss the parts locations as we zoom in here. Okay guys, starting from the bow, I got to sharpen up and clear view more of the anchor pockets up there with the anchors lie, the old stock Danforth anchors that the Flush Deck Destroyers incorporated. As you see, the center line has been marked at this location here. This is where the 4-inch 50 gun will mount. And of course, you know, this comes off right here. You got your location holes for your bridge deck. It goes quite well. Same thing with stacks. All these parts have already been have their locations done on them. So when I sand the deck down, all those holes will be on the deck. but I will know where the parts will go because they'll line up perfectly with the center line. And I got the after deck house on top of there, and I got the massive screws that the mighty flush deck 4-pipe destroyer had, and it's pretty well on its way, fellas. I got holding a good sanding down again, and I've been spotting a lot of putty here and there, and I got a holiday right about here. And so what I usually do when I see a spot like that, I just seen it just now, fellas. I must light plays a very important subject on your models, guys. You got to make sure that you got good light, because lighting will show a lot of imperfections. And I got feel right in here, right in that area with some putty right there. I generally don't use my fingers, but sometimes you have to, especially in this. And you can see I applied that filler, so when it dries, it has to be sanded again. And I'm going to go ahead and give it after it's all sanded out, all these imperfections have been sanded out, I'm going to go ahead and give it the final last coat of primer. Then I'm going to paint red oxide primer on there and mark the water line on it and go ahead and airbrush the dark sea blue. So while all this is drying, I'm going to be sanding this deck down quite well, fellas, get prepared for painting too. I do want to get this hull all done, get it ready to be painted by Monday to finishing color. And we'll take it out of the close view. And it's going quite nice, guys. All these parts have not been glued on yet, guys. They're all dry fitted on here. They have locating pins on there. I can pull them off, put them back on. Same thing with the skylights at the after house, the bridge house, the galley deck. And of course I got all my davits and my torpedo bosses goes on here, which the torpedo tubes rotate on. And it's gone quite nice, guys. It's a nice kit. It's big. It's huge. And it has a lot of potential for a kit like this piece of wood. And it wasn't designed for RC operation, guys. I kid you not on that. It's more or less designed as a static model. It could be if you guys took a rabbit or some kind of a routing tool and gut out the whole darn shell. But that's a waste of time and effort and money, guys. So I'm quite sure there's blueprints out there to make a radio control model of this. Actually, you can make a radio control model off the plans. Anyway, guys, that's as far as I got done on it right now. The next video Monday, it'll be that the whole hull will be painted. So that's the goal I'll be going by right now. So I'm going to make sure that this hull's going to be all finished, painted in a finished color. Then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the bridge, working on the funnels, the galley deck, and the shear molding of the bulkheads. That's got to be all worked in. And that should come quite swiftly. That'll be it. Okay, guys, we'll take the video right back to yours truly here. Here I is again, guys. So that'll do it right there. So the agenda is just keep on making videos of this here build as I go along. It's not going to take long to get this thing built. Not that much, this 4-piper, but there's a lot of work to do to make it right. And that's what it's all about, make it right. And it'll be right when I get done with her. So the USS WARD, it was a Wilkes class 4-piper destroyer. She was designed 1918, launched by 1919 at the war's end. And she's one of the lucky flush deck destroyers we had that were still used in the Navy. A lot of them were laid in mothball for 20 years. That's a long time, guys, leaving something like that dormant. They're actually virtually all brand new. So 50-something of these such examples of these went to the Lend-Lease program, was sent over to England. Mr. Churchill, he needed them to protect his country and his convoys, and these are very successful little destroyers. They really filled the bill. They're ancient and old-fashioned as hell, but they were But they proved themselves quite worthy during the Second World War. And by the end of the Second World War, they were stricken from the Naval Register. They were scrapped. They didn't use them no more. No need for them. They had better destroyers out there. So it did serve its purpose. Okay, guys, so I'm getting out here right now. I got to get back to work. We'll get this deck all sanded down before I take off to work. When I get back from work, I'm going to go ahead and sand this hull down again. Get a couple good coats of primer. And I'm going to go ahead and prime the top deck of the ship. And do some tuning up on the anchor pockets. And should be ready for a final painting this Monday. And the fun part is making all the sub-assemblies for the superstructures and such. Okay, guys, this is Frankie Day signing off. May God bless and make Mama happy. And please subscribe and happy modeling. Let's get that time of year, fellas, so a lot of you be out there doing some more building because it's getting cold. It's cold out there today. So I do know this one thing. It'll keep me busy in here. And no more flying these airplanes. I'll say that for next year. Okay, guys, time to get out of here. Frankie Day one more time again, signing off. May God bless and make Mama happy. And then we'll catch you on video number 4. It'll be the final paint work on the hull. And rest assembly will supersede and follow as the build continues. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Take care, fellas. God bless you, boys.